Hey guys, Mackenzie Fain here. Welcome to the Teen Mom Young and Pregnant AfterBuzz After Show. Stick with me. We're going to break down this latest episode.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Okay, well, this was an episode. We have season 2, episode 5, Balls in Your Court. So, the biggest announcement that we had in this beginning of this whole episode was Brianna finds out that this guy that she had sex with around the time that she conceived Brayson was actually the dad. She got the DNA results and it was the dad, the person that she did not think was going to be the dad. Okay. She's not happy, but she's not sad. She says she's like in shock, which I totally get. She doesn't really know what will happen from here, she says. But it was just so funny if you guys, like, I was dying laughing when she's like, you know, I just wish I could have had a baby all by myself. I wish I could have had a baby by myself, and I wish I could just do it all by myself. I wish I could have had sex with myself and then raise my baby by myself. But when she finds out, when she tells her mom hugs her, and she got a little teary-eyed, and it was a really nice moment, and the mom was just like, my baby, I'm sorry you're going through this. Like, it's a hard thing. It's a big change. This baby's like almost 2 years old at this point. So she calls this baby daddy and she tells him, and mind you, like, we know that he reached out to her via social media, saying, I could be his dad. Have you ever considered me? Should we take a test? So this was all him. So she did say, like, she expected him to have a different reaction because his reaction was, oh shit. So she's like, do you want to talk about it? Do you want to have time to process it? And he was just like, yeah, can I have time to process it? So that was really like a lot of her storyline, which was huge because we've been waiting to hear about it, and I'm glad they started off with it. But crazy. I could not believe it. I really thought it wasn't going to be him, and I really wish we could see him and stuff and know his name, but I don't know why they're not telling us. But I have some juicy news on Brianna at the end of the show. So stick with me while we run down these other girls. We run them down on the road. So Rachel, now that she's home after just having baby Hazley, and Drew, the baby's, who she thinks is the baby's daddy, when she's still dating Jacob, the maybe baby daddy's best friend, but Jacob could be the baby daddy. We just don't really know. So her sister's going dancing and leaving Emerson, her daughter, her like under 1-year-old daughter, once again. And so there's like this big fight always with the mom and the sister Mallory about like leaving this baby with her, and it's so crazy. Like, Mallory will body up the mom. Put the baby, like, someone take my baby. What do you think? You better shut your mouth. I'm like, what is happening? This is not Maury. Find a different reality show, people. But no, Rachel's super cute. Like, Jacob hasn't been around for 3 days. And then he shows up and he goes, she was up all night because she missed her daddy. And it's just funny because, like, we don't know if he's the dad. And you also think he's probably not the dad. But the mom asks if she's going to do a paternity test. And she's like, nope, we're not doing a paternity test because she thinks that'll scare Jacob. And, if it's not, and it would change things. And she just is really dead set on Hazley having a dad because she didn't grow up with a dad, this whole thing. But Mallory, with this whole freak out with the mom, was really like the big part of her segment, Rachel's segment with her, with her sister and her mom. Rachel, kind of looks down on her sister and she's like, why are you leaving your baby? Like, it's ridiculous. And it really, it breaks my heart because the mom even said it best. She said she does not deserve that baby at all. And it's so sad to think about people out there that have families or are trying to have a family, trying to conceive, or, wanting a healthy baby and they don't get a healthy baby. And this lady or this girl is out like thotting it up at the club every night, like rolling around, doesn't even come home to see the kid half the time. This healthy, beautiful, smiley little girl, like, she doesn't deserve her. She does not deserve her. It's so, so heartbreaking. I know a million, I don't personally know them, but I'm sure a million want to be moms are out there just watching this and cringing, thinking, I want that baby. Why can't I have that baby? So that's just awful. Kayla post on social media about her pregnancy, and she was, wondering about Stefan and that if he was gonna say anything about the pregnancy, and he finally did. He kind of just said, like, are you pregnant? And she was like, yeah. And all of a sudden, apparently, she has this whole epiphany that she wants to try one more time to get Stefan involved in Isaiah's life before she has this new baby with Luke and the whole nine. So she says, I want to meet up with him, and I made it clear that I'm not going to bring Isaiah, even though he hasn't seen Isaiah in months. I'm going to, try and meet up with him, and we have things that we need to talk about. She tells Luke about this, and he's really supportive, and he's just like, if he's going to be respectful to you and me and Isaiah, then, I'm cool with it. Like, if he's going to step up, but if he's not, then he just needs to go away forever. Which I think makes a lot of sense. Like, nobody wants somebody in and out of a child's life. That's not going to do any good to anybody. So Stefan apparently has a girlfriend, and he's doing really good. He's contemplating on whether he wants to go talk to Kayla about Isaiah, but it's just so ridiculous. Like, she's giving you another shot. And his friends, like, I really kudos to all of his friends, because anytime he has any of these conversations with his friends, they never like side with him, and they never let him off the hook with anything he's saying. I mean, he's like, yeah, I'm contemplating whether I want to go talk to her and blah, blah, blah. And Stefan's friend's just like, you kind of got to do what you got to do, buddy. Like, if that's what you got to do, and, so they do talk about, and Kayla talks a lot about how Stefan is upset that, Isaiah probably thinks that Luke is his dad, but it's like this, he's a baby. He's living in a house with his mom and her boyfriend, and he's the baby. Of course he's going to have some sort of like connection, because you're not around. You're not making your presence known in this child's life. So the fact that he's like all butthurt about this, it's like, dude, you're doing it to yourself, but whatever. So we do hear a little bit more about Kayla and, her well-being. Now that she's pregnant with this new baby, she just, not that now she's pregnant, she's always felt like this, but she feels like she's lost her identity. Now that she's a mom, she quit her job because she doesn't have anybody to watch him. Isaiah, she stopped going to school for the same reason. She really has no identity, she feels like, which is really sad. But I think she should just go back to school as soon as she can and figure it out and just stop having babies, hopefully, for a little while. But Luke is really cool, and I really do like him as a guy, and I think she's a lot better of a person with him. So I think this is really nice of their whole relationship. Kaya started talking to Xavier again after all the drama with his mother. Now, we know he's still in jail. And she's due like any second now. He won't be there for the birth, and her friend is saying that she needs to give Xavier's mom another try. We know her. She's very like, nope, don't want to do that. But Kaya's mom is like a little angel sent from heaven. She's just always very level-headed, always wants things to be peaceful, wants everything to go smoothly, and super obviously mature about a lot of things. So she calls Carla, which is Xavier's mom, and they agree that they need to come together and move on for the baby. And some of the things that Kaya's mother was saying was just, the fact that when this baby comes here, it's no longer about their feelings, and it's no longer about your feelings, Kaya, towards Carla, Xavier's mom. there's a baby that you have to think about his feelings, and which is just so true. Her mom tells her, when he's born, that is the time where your feelings are put to the side. But, her ego, you could just see, and she's young, and her ego is just eating her up. She's like, I'm not going to let some person that's going to treat me this way, be involved with my baby. And it really just doesn't work like that, because this baby is now part of them, part of you. So you kind of have to figure it out, especially when his mom is trying as well. When the baby gets here, we'll see how things pan out. Ashley is the one in this episode that I feel is just like a star. I mean, this golden star moment is the special segment here, but I'll just jump to it because she tells her mom she broke up with Bar. He has not gotten a job. He hasn't done anything but his GED. I think he missed his GED appointment to take his test. And she's just over it, and not in a FU kind of way. She's just very over it. She's like, I'm growing and he's not, and I can't be held back by him. And I was really shocked. I don't know if you guys were, about when Ashley told her mother about this. And her mom kind of played devil's advocate a lot of it, and kind of just not sided with Bar, but kind of was saying, giving him excuses and saying, what if this, maybe you're giving up on him too early. And I just thought it was so cool of her to be like, no, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't want to be with him. I love him. I hope he can get his crap together, but I can't stay at this level with him. That's it. So that was really cool. She gets in the car with Bar and she has this conversation, and he's all heated. And she kind of just says, you haven't done anything. If you want to call me your fiance, you need to do things for that to happen. You're not doing anything. You need to step up. Bar agreed to watch Holly still while she goes to school, was one of the statements. And I'm like, I just don't understand. He agreed to watch her. It's his kid. I don't what do you mean he agreed to? He's not doing anything. He's the father. She's going to school. How is that an agreement? Well, yeah, anyway. Bar is annoyed when he's out to lunch with Holly and his friend, clearly, but he's, very flustered with the baby, let's say. I mean, he's a good dad, but he was just getting a little annoyed with her. She's like, rice, in her little voice, wanting her to feed it. He's like, I'm trying to eat too. I'm like, oh God, let her just pick up the rice one by one or something. So that's pretty much it for a rundown of the girls. But I will say the special segment today, the Golden Star moment, definitely goes to Ashley for putting her foot down with Bar. It was so great. I mean, it must be so hard, especially with a child and all of that history, being with somebody, just coming back from that little vacation that they went on, and they did have a great time, but she's handling it so well. Some news and gossip that is just so crazy about Brianna. She posted a video on Instagram a couple days ago, and it is a video of her and Danae saying, "It was great to see you," with a heart. Now, Danae, if you haven't been following, is her ex-trans girlfriend. Dang, I don't know. Boyfriend, because they refer to Danae as a him, so it would be a boyfriend. Okay. Sorry. Danae has not been on the show all season, so it's hard for me to figure out. So on the next, Kayla asks Luke if she has to worry about anything. Ashley's mom tells Ashley she seems sad, and Bar doesn't care at all. Rachel tells her mom that she wasn't around much growing up, and Kaya gives birth to her baby boy. Brianna tells her mom everything she did not want to happen is happening. So we'll see what all that hubba baloo is about. All right, guys, thank you so much. You can find me on Instagram at Mackenzie Fain. Thank you so much. Have a great week.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.